Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today, more small cable TV companies being bought up by major ones. Comcast lost 2 million customers last year. How many will they lose in 2024? And Amazon Prime Video now has ads on the basic package. We'll tell you everything you need to know about these stories and a whole lot more here in a minute. First though, if you're new here, do me a big favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy. And hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of television. Also, if you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes down below and in the first pinned comment. I'll put a link to each story there so you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. So with that said, let's dive into it. Starting off with, Spectrum wants to buy up more small cable TV companies. We reported a few weeks ago that Spectrum was in the process of buying a small municipality cable company in the UP of Michigan. Now Spectrum has filed paperwork with the FCC to buy a small cable TV company that operates in several different states, including Michigan in the northern area. Beeline Cable was one of them that they also bought with that. Growing number of small cable TV companies are either merging together, shutting down, or being sold. Look for this to continue. I would not be surprised in a few years if the vast majority of the tiny, small, independent cable TV companies that do a handful of cities out there won't be around anymore. I think that's just kind of the reality of everything that's happening in the world of cable TV. It's not profitable for these smaller companies. And I think a lot of the bigger companies like Spectrum buying up this small one is more about them buying up the internet customers and the available fiber and whatever backbone system they may have in those areas. I think that'll become more and more common. While that may include some cable TV customers for now, in the long run it probably won't be for too much longer. So give me a prediction. How long do you think it is until we only have 3 or 4 major cable TV companies? Comcast, Spectrum, Atlas? I don't know. Maybe we have 3 or 4 big cable TV companies plus satellite companies. And that may be it. That may be what we're looking at. But thankfully we have things like 5G home internet to bring competition out there for internet. Speaking of Comcast, Comcast lost over 2 million TV customers in 2023. I suspect that number will go up. In 2022, they lost also over 2 million, but in 2021 they lost 1.66 million customers. Wouldn't surprise me if 2.5 million or even 3 million people cancel cable TV from Comcast alone in 2024 as cord cutting continues to speed up. They just had a price hike this month, and I think as things become easier and easier and more available online, the number of people canceling cable TV will accelerate in the years to come. Keep an eye on this. I think we're going to see some very big numbers from other cable TV companies. We'll hear Spectrum soon, Dish, and others. I think will really start adding up. All right, if you're an Amazon Prime Video customer, you may have noticed something new yesterday. Ads went live on Amazon Prime Video. If you don't want the ads, there's a new $2.99 fee with this. Now, a few notes here with that. I kind of like actually how they did this, where instead of saying everybody's going to get a $2.99 price hike unless you downgrade to a cheaper one, kind of like how Amazon said, well, everybody's going to stay the same price, but if you want ad-free, it's going to cost you an extra $2.99 a month. Making it an opt-in for a price hike, then an automatic price hike where people have to opt down to the cheaper plan. I know a lot of people hate ads. I think some people don't care about them as much. I'll be honest, Amazon Prime Video, I watch some stuff there, but I mostly get Prime Video for the shipping and all the other stuff from Amazon. Prime Video is kind of a benefit. And that's how for a long time Amazon has described Prime Video. It's just kind of an extra benefit to the service versus the main focus of it. But now they're definitely putting more effort into content with it. We'll see how that plays out. All right, Netflix is streaming NFL Inside the NFL. If you remember that was a very popular show. It moved to the CW recently. Now the CW has struck a deal with Netflix. So we'll see the final 5 episodes of Inside the NFL. Gives you clips and behind the scenes looks at the NFL. Will stream on Netflix as Netflix gets more and more into sports. We know WWE will be moving into Netflix next year. It'll be the new home of the WWE, but now they're also the new home for watching Inside the NFL. Oh, and that's a major departure. Netflix is now going just from a pure on-demand into offering some live sports and live sports related programming like Inside the NFL. Would not surprise me to see Netflix try to continue to get into the sports world as a way to get people to subscribe and stay subscribed. The nice thing about sports is the regular occurring events keeps people regular paying customers rather than making Netflix something they rotate. Something without a must-watch every week show, maybe you subscribe for a month, you binge watch it, you cancel it. And I think that's what Netflix is trying to avoid here by doing some of these things, like a weekly NFL show and having the WWE on it. All right, next up, speaking of Amazon, Amazon was supposed to have a deal to buy the maker of the popular Roomba vacuums and all kinds of other products. iRobot and Amazon announced yesterday that this deal has fallen apart over concerns from EU and other governments that attempted to block the merger there. Sadly, iRobot announced mass layoffs with this. Amazon did pay a termination fee that was already agreed upon with the two companies, but because of the unlikelihood of it getting through regulatory approval, Amazon has canceled it. We'll see how this plays out because there's some major media mergers coming. Could they face a similar issue? Could there actually be some still hope for these mega mergers being blocked? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Speaking of blocking things in EU, a police website in the European Union, in the UK, has been used to host illegal sports live streams through an IPTV service. This was spotted by Torrent Freak, and for some reason, hundreds of police URLs out there from Australia that showed the Australian Open and other major sporting events were streaming live through a police website being hosted there. From my understanding, what most likely happened is somebody found a backdoor into that website and then turned it into an illegal streaming option. But now it just definitely raises the question, if a police website can be used to host illegal streams, almost anything is possible out there. It's very interesting to see that happen. But funny story of the day there. At the time of the writing of the story, I don't believe the streams were taken down, even though people tried to notify the police department through it. If you're looking for the most watched shows of 2023, we have a full list on the website. I'll put a link to it down below. But just a quick top three, and I want to know what you think of this. Suits, Bluey, and NCIS are the top three. Now, two of those top three are Netflix. Netflix has Suits and NCIS. Bluey's on Disney+. But NCIS is also on Paramount+, and Suits is also on Peacock. Suits won out with an average 57.7 billion hours of watched film, according to Nielsen. Bluey had 43.9 billion hours, and NCIS had 39.4 billion. But take this, look how far quickly the viewership drops. Supernaturals on Netflix is number 10 at 22.8 billion hours with that. Suits is apparently wildly popular. I have not seen it, so I want to know it from everybody. Question of the day. Should I be checking out Suits? Is that a show I should be watching? Actually, we got Max, and I plan to go through Barry. Watch that. Let me know what you think of that. Henry Winkler, I just read his autobiography. By the way, very good book. Audiobook is very good because he and his wife, she reads her parts of the book, read it. So that made it a little bit more interesting as I drove home. So check that out. But let me know what you think of that. Top 10 original streaming programs, Ted Lasso, The Night Agent, and we're the top 2 with that. So leave me a comment. Let me know once you look at this whole list. Anything stand out for you? Anything shock you? Are you shocked at how quickly from number 1 at over 50 million to just 22 million at number 10, how quickly that drops down in billions of hours? I'd love to hear from you. All right, question of the day. Now, I like to answer a question in each one of these videos. If you have a question for me, leave me a comment down below. Start it off with something like a question for Luke, so I know you want me to answer it here on this video. Today's question comes from Eric. It says, question for Luke. Is it true that Paramount Network will be sold to new owners? What will happen to broadcast shows? So Paramount as a whole has a parent company who owns a vast majority of controlling interests. The Redstone family, they're the people behind it. They're looking to sell their 77% of voting shares in Paramount. When you own 77% of something, basically whatever you want is law because no one can outvote you. Even if every other shareholder votes against you, they only own 27% of the shares. So yes, they are up for sale. There are a lot of talk out there of different companies who are making bids for them. But what does this mean? In the short term, nothing. even if the media company sells today, it's going to be probably a couple years down the road before it closes with legal fights and other issues. Even if it does quickly close, we are looking at the fact that, they want to keep things going. So Paramount Plus, the different shows in production now are likely to continue their production unchanged for the immediate future. Could new owners have slightly different priorities? Yeah, but they're buying Paramount for a reason. They want Paramount for the content. They want Paramount for the streaming service. They want Paramount for all the other things that Paramount is, movies and more. So don't expect them to just gut this, because otherwise why buy Paramount? But could there be changes? Sure. What will they be? Who knows? Will Warner Bros. Discovery buy it? Will a production studio buy it? Will venture capitalists who are reportedly looking at it buy Paramount? We don't know the answer to that. So sit back, relax for probably a year or more at the earliest from anything really happening. Even once an offer is made, you have to regulatory approval, closing, court challenges maybe, depending on what the FTC, FCC, FTC, all these other groups out there, Department of Justice, maybe want to get involved. I don't know. Depends on who buys it. So that's it for today. I hope you had a fantastic day. I'll be back again tomorrow with another video.